Devarga, you can just check right now. I mean, whether you can share.
Yes, just do it. Just confirm me once if you can see.
Yes, you can see. Yeah. So let me just formally introduce the session to all. So all the students, please invite Mr. Devargo there, who is the regional head east of Dabur India Limited. So he will be taking a session on a specific topic on cash, right? So he will be explaining what is all about. So we are very much excited to hear about that. So he is a seasoned HR professionals working in different organizations. Presently, he is working with Dabur India Limited and heading the eastern region. So let us welcome Mr. Devarga to have this session with our MBA students. Thank you so much for giving your time.
Thank you, Amitabh. Thank you for your opportunity, because you know what, nowadays because we are not able to go and visit campuses and not able to go and visit colleges, we are all feeling very old, that we are only meeting with our old colleagues, we are only meeting with our more than average age people, and that is not creating the right kind of a vibe within us, because we are, as HR professional, we are used to meet younger minds, we are used to meet younger brains, and their energy, their innovativeness, their freshness is what drives any professional to be into a good frame of mind and to think fresh. And believe me that this is the right time where we have to think a lot of fresh ideas, we have to think a lot of fresh thoughts to survive this time and succeed in the coming times. So yes, it is very important that we are in touch with these young minds. So guys, let me tell you, the opportunity is mutual, the learning is mutual. We always feel delighted to be a part of this campuses, and be it physically, be it virtually, when we are there, it enlightened us also. So having said that, let me start with my session. So generally in all my sessions, I start with the number of slides that I have, because be it an interesting session, be it a boring session, at some point in the time, we tend to start discussing that और कितने slides बाकी है. So I tentatively have around, I think 5 to 6 slides, which includes an introduction slide and a thank you slide. So effectively content slide would be around 3. So this is where I would like to create my discussion. See, in online mode, it is important that we communicate, and I see this is a small group, right? It's not too much of people are around. How many people are there with us?
Probably there should be 14 people today in this group, but however till now probably 9 people have joined.
Great. So let me take this opportunity to, I don't know technologically whether it is possible, that can these guys and this is an HR group of people?
No, this is actually the first year batch. They are in the very first semester. Yeah.
Oh, very good. So in case it is possible, Amitabh, just see that whether we can unmute them and allow them to mute or unmute themselves. That in case
that permission is already there. So all the students, you can unmute and talk to Devarga. So whenever required, so you can unmute and talk.
So basically keep yourself muted, because there would be a lot of sounds around, and there might be, we are during this work from home things, what has happened is that we have invaded into the personal bedrooms and drawing rooms of people, which need to have a boundary, which should be having a boundary. Our office bosses or our faculty members, or we should not expect that I am somebody working from home and I'll get an environment of of a silent office room or a silent soundproof room. Our homes are not equipped like that. So we have to respect that. And while respecting that, we know that we have invaded the privacy of people's home. It is important that you keep yourself mute whenever need to discuss. You unmute, talk, and keep yourself again go to mute, because that will help the at least the background sounds to be on a minimized way. So respecting each other, respecting the environment of others is very important in a corporate life. So that is something which we have learned through this COVID scenario and situation. The timings have gone haywire. People are expected to deliver at any point in time. लोगों को लगता है घर पे तो बैठे कर लेगा, but घर पे बैठे हैं, but still there is things that you have to do at home also. You have to help out people. I have read an article somewhere that around 60% of Indian households are 1 BHK households. And if things go like this and if we expect everything to be online, it is very difficult for that 1 BHK family, for the kid to do an online class, for the guy to do a online office, and for the wife also to do an online office, or may remain connected with her parents group, her family. It will be very difficult in coming forward days. So respecting each other's timing and privacy is important, and we as a corporate have to learn. And when you move in 2 to 3 years time, when you move in to become a corporate citizen, this respect is something which you have to actually show to people, because that is something which is missing currently, and that is something which we really have to work on, right? So, Chala, having said that, that's a separate point and a big topic that we can always discuss in some point in time. But just let me try and understand. आप लोगों के लिए काश का मतलब क्या है? What do you understand by काश? This is a Hindi term, and just you can unmute yourself, or you can put it in your chat boxes also. Let me see whether I can see the chat box. Okay, so you can always put it in your chat box. I can also see, or maybe you can talk. It's better we can talk because it's a small group. So what do you mean by काश? काश का मतलब क्या है? Hindi, English, Bengali, anything?
Sir, if kash is a Hindi
if it was possible, if
it was possible. Okay, very nice. Then
it means hopefully.
Hopefully, great.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anybody else?
सर बेंगोली में इसका मतलब है होइतो, जोदी होतो.
जोदी होतो, right? Very good. So जोदी होतो, होइतो, if it was possible, hopefully, right? And you know, there is a very interesting Hollywood movie that I've seen years back. There was a sentence like that: "What if?" You know, what if is both what and if. If you have in one sentence, it is very difficult to take it forward your life, because if you will always have a regret in your life that अगर ये हो जाता तो कैसे होता, अगर मैं ये कर लेता तो what would have happened, if I would have done that what would have happened. So it is always a question of probability. So any sentence which has what and if both in it, that makes it a very big difficult probability scenario. And believe me, we are not very ready at your stage to handle probabilities. It is better that we handle things in a planned and a designed way. So for me, kash is something that it is, yes, it is hope. It's a word which is hopeful. It's a word which means what if. It's a word which means that if it would have happened, right? But you cannot plan your career based on ifs, what, possible, hope, हो सकता है, अगर होता तो कैसे होता, right? So I am trying to redefine kash for you today, and we are trying to discover the different meaning of kash with us, right? Let us see a few people, and let's see if we will all recognize them, but let's see. Is my slide changing?
No, sir.
no sir.
Now?
No.
Yes.
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 So you all know these people, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay. Do you know this third guy? This
Yes,
fourth
sir.
guy,
Yes, sir.
who?
Ritesh Agarwal,
Wow,
OYO,
very good.
OYO CEO and founder.
Wow, good. This lady?
Thali Raj, I guess.
Mitali Raj.
Mitali Raj.
Yes, very good. And this also
Saina
I'm sure
Nehwal.
you are aware of, right?
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
we
Yes,
see
sir.
celebrities, when we see people who are successful in their areas, be it a faculty, be it one of your elder sisters or brothers, be it one of your family members who are very successful, be it one of your friends who has scored high, be it a celebrity, long distance celebrity whom you cannot see and touch, but you can only look at. There are moments when we have this feeling, right? काश ये मैं होता, काश ये मेरे साथ होता, काश ये I could have also enjoyed their privileges, right? होता है कभी कभी.
Yes.
Maybe not by seeing a celebrity, but definitely like maybe by seeing people who are close to you. Maybe a very successful elder brother, maybe a very successful elder sister. We have grown up, our Bengali household is very fond of comparing us. And দেখ তোর দাদা ওরকম করেছে তুই কিছু পারলি না, তোর দিদি ওরকম করে নিয়েছে তোর কিছু হলো না, এই তো এই পাশের বাড়ির ছেলেটা অত কিছু করছে তুই কিছু করতে পারছিস না. It happens with us, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Our parents have this one tool to motivate us. Like similarly in the corporate also there will be a lot of motivational tools your managers would be using. And similarly our parents have also used this tool to keep on motivating us by comparing with others. Nothing wrong in it. In our childhood we called it comparison and we felt bad about it. In corporate this will be called benchmarking. And we'll feel very happy about it. Okay, we are calling it benchmarking. So it's all the same thing. So as a company like Dabur, I benchmark myself with Nestle's, ITC's, HUL. As a candidate, I would like to benchmark you as a college with another college. There would always be benchmarking in your life. That is nothing bad about it. Benchmark helps us to motivate. Benchmark helps us to grow stronger. But we also have to understand with what we are being benchmarked and what is the secret of that person. What is the secret of that company? I can not only benchmark with somebody and be wow about it. अरे वाह कितना अच्छा है, अरे वाह कितना बढ़िया है. But we are not learning anything from that benchmark. That benchmarking will not happen. That benchmarking will not help. But if we get compared, if we get benchmarked, it is important that we also parallelly check what is happening good into that company's or that person's life, how he has reached there. Nobody among all these 6 celebrities, do you believe that any one of them were born with this talent? एकदम मतलब 3 साल की उम्र में पता चल गया था वो इंडिया का कैप्टन होगा और he will be one of the best playback singers of India or he'll be one of the heartthrobs of young Indian Bollywood fans. एकदम 2-3 साल 4 साल की उम्र में पता चल गया था.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Nobody is
Sure.
born with these things. They all have to do something in their life to be here. And if they could have done, yes, there are elements of luck in it, but element of luck is very minimal, very less. What they have done is luck could get you the entry to something maybe. Luckily, आप एक chance मिल जाता है. But उस chance को prove करने के लिए you have to have your talent with us, talent with you. You have to have your skills with you. You have to have the right kind of a knowledge with you, right? So when you say kash ye main hota, then you have to also think about what kash is. For that is what we are trying to redefine. Kash from being hopeful or agar ye main hota to kash, what we are trying to define. So moving on, what are the specialities of these people? What are the things that they are actually have in them that they are successful in their life? Let's see. So what are the secrets behind these people's success? Some very elementary things which I have written. I have not gone to Google. I have not find out what are actually their secret of success. Because each one of them will have a bookload of secrets that they have written. There would be search item load of articles about their secrets of success. I have not gone there. I have just utilized my thought process and written down some things. These are the very basic things which I'm sure they must be having. They must have a very good knowledge of the subject. विराट कोहली को अगर प्रॉपर कोचिंग नहीं मिलता, अगर उसको क्रिकेट खेलने का प्रॉपर नॉलेज नहीं होता, you would have not reached this level, right? बिना टेक्निकल कोचिंग के उसको would he have been able to reach this kind of a status?
No, sir.
We
No,
all
sir.
played cricket in our childhood, right? We all played cricket, but we didn't turn up Virat Kohli because
No.
maybe some of us lacked a technical coaching. So the first important thing is the knowledge of the game or knowledge of the subject. Then there has to be a coaching from childhood. You cannot suddenly gain a knowledge at the age of 21 and become successful by the age of 25. Your knowledge inculcation should happen from the childhood itself. So this is why we are studying things from our childhood and continue to study till now, because we have to respect that knowledge. We have to gain that knowledge. So from studying ABCD in your childhood days to studying something which is as difficult as an organizational practice or an organizational behavior or some sort of a different technical things like statistics, calculus and all that. So all this knowledge gain has to happen from your childhood, so that in a particular time when need be, you can apply those knowledge bases, right? Then learning techniques, very important. You can go to a very good school, you can go to a very good coaching class, you can go to a very good teacher, but learning the techniques from these people are very important. अब लोग बोलते हैं ना, क्रिकेट में, सिंगिंग में, एक्टिंग में, there is technique, there are method actors, there are people who uses a particular technique to deliver, and that technique is very important. So that is the tactical part of your training. So आप सीख के आ गए, but आपको टेक्निक पता नहीं है. So you can learn and go to somebody and learn a PowerPoint presentation how to do. But if you are not learning the technique of presenting, then what is the point of having the skill of knowing how to make a PowerPoint presentation, right? So learning the technique is important. Then ये सब होने के बाद भी there are people who are failure. एक ही कोच के अंडर सचिन तेंदुलकर भी गया था, एक ही कोच के अंडर विनोद कांबली भी गया था. But in both the cases, one is superly successful and one is mediocrely successful. What has happened to them? Maybe the attitude, maybe the thinking, maybe positive thinking, maybe what is the difference among them? I'm sure you are all aware that Arijit Singh used to get trained under a particular person, and I'm sure everybody believes that that particular person have trained many people, but not everybody has become Arijit Singh. So the way he handles failure, way he handles success, way he handles his discipline in life is something different. And that is what has made him successful. So taking failures as learning. Then important part is skillfulness. Skillfulness is what you have acquired a skill. But are you remaining skillful throughout that? We learn so many things in our childhood. आज के डेट पे भी आपको अगर childhood का कुछ एक skill के बारे में पूछा जाए, we learned playing chess in our childhood maybe. But if you have not practiced it till date, would you be a good chess player? Maybe not. We have learned swimming in our childhood. Yes, people say that people don't forget the swimming. But if you have not practiced, would you be able to hold your breath for a long stretch of swimming? I'm sure maybe not. So skillfulness is important. So learning a skill and retaining that skill is important. And not only retaining the old skill, but acquiring new skills are also important. With age, things are changing. I'm sure Amitabh will agree with me that there are multiple faculties that you are having in your college now who are learning the skills of online classes. आज से एक teacher के लिए, one teacher would have not expected that at the age of 45 or 50 he also have to learn a new thing. But we are seeing most of our faculty members are learning how to take online classes, and that's a learning for them. So acquiring new skills are also important, right? Practicing of the skills. Another important thing is consistency of discipline. Discipline, consistency. You cannot be disciplined for a particular period of time and then become indisciplined again. Any of you who have been through a weight loss program, any of you who are into fitness, you would understand and realize that discipline is not a 1 day or 2 day or a week. If you have to get into a food discipline, if you have to get into a proper food intake, it has to be a long, lifelong process. It cannot be that आप 10 दिन बहुत diet किया, then on the 11th day you eat anything and you have a cheat day and you gain on the weights. right? So it is very important that discipline, consistency is important, and working 120% every day. This is a very important statement. This is something which I've taken from a Virat Kohli book. It says working 120% every day. It means 120% is that this line signifies that 120% means go beyond your capacity, go beyond your level, stretch yourself. If you do not stretch yourself, you will not achieve. Everybody is working at 100%. Everybody is working at 100%. Then how would you differentiate yourself from that 100% crowd? If you work 110%, 120%, then you are differentiating. And every day means consistency. It's not that you will stretch yourself one day and do not stretch yourself the other day. You have to stretch yourself every day. Then it will become something important to you. Then it will become something which will be a part of you, right? So these are the very basic list of things which I have jotted down, which I feel is a success mantra of a successful people. Knowledge, coaching, learning, thinking positively, taking failure as a learning, skillfulness, acquiring new skills, practicing new skills, consistency of discipline, and working 20% every day. These are the few things. But you know what? इतना सारा चीज एक साथ नहीं कर पाते लोग. We all say it in a PPT, we all say this in a GAN format. But to be very frank, not everybody can do all of this thing at a time. So we can break it up. We can break it up into buckets. And this is where our theory comes in place. One part of this thing is knowledge. There would be a part in the life where you will gain this knowledge. The another part of this thing is the attitude. Positive thinking, learning from failures. These are your attitude issues. Another part is skill. Learning and retaining those skills. And last and important part is habit. Practicing those skills. Arijit Singh, आज के date पे भी must be doing a riyaz for 2-3 hours every day. You see a Shreya Ghoshal interview, you realize that she riyazes around 3 hours every day till now. They have achieved everything. They are at the top of their job, but still they are doing this because they know that practicing those skills are important. Otherwise, at a point in time, they will all forget it, or they will not be at the best of their jobs. So, do you see the cash forming it? Do you see the cash forming here? KASH, knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. So from cash, hopeful cash, from ये हो सकता था अगर ये मैं होता cash, to we can everybody be a cash. We can everybody have this cash in our life through knowledge, attitude, skills, and habit. Does it make sense till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anybody help me recap what is that I've been trying to say? Anybody just not what have been in the slide, but आप लोगों को क्या maybe 2-3 people can help me understand. What do you feel about it? What do you think? This is practical? This is possible? Anybody can brief me a little bit about it? Yes, guys.
Sir, I think knowledge you have written the full form of caste. So everything is very important. There is a knowledge. Without knowledge, we can't able to do anything. Means we can't able to focus which we want to achieve. That means which I wish to be.
Right.
And without attitude, we can't able to present our thoughts in our thoughts, and skills are there. And obviously, sir, there will be a communication skills, any type of skills. There will be a who are in corporate world, should have that practical skills of on programming. And habit, sir, yeah, obviously there is a habit of discipline. And like for example, if I tell that I don't have that much habit to read the newspaper, but if I keep habiting day by day, then that will be a good habit. So build a good habit. I think that will be also a wish. Means it's a brief description which I thought.
Good. So Yes. So this is a perfect description that you have made. You're Shweta, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else would like to add to what Shweta said? How do you feel if I have to rank this knowledge, attitude, skill, and habit, which will come number one? Which will come number one for you?
Sir, definitely knowledge.
Knowledge, sir.
Knowledge,
Okay.
then skill, then attitude, then no, knowledge, skill, habit, and attitude.
So you will rank it as knowledge, skill, habit, and attitude. You are Ashmita, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Okay, so I think it will be habit. The habit will be first because
Yes.
you have to maintain the consistency first. I might have knowledge today, I might not have it tomorrow. So gaining knowledge or learning it every day is important. So making a habit out of it is, I think it will be the first point for me, I think.
Great.
Sir, for me, I think attitude is more important because if you don't keep any attitude means not like that. I means thinking positive. If you have a positive attitude of doing something habited, then only you can do the habit. Attitude means you have the mental strength. First, it is very important for us to make our mental strength. Then the habit comes, then the knowledge and skills come. For me, sir, I think.
Great, great. So as rightly said, everybody has their own combination of the ranking. For somebody, knowledge is important. For somebody, attitude is important. For somebody, skill is important. For somebody, habit is important. And not only for somebody, what happens is this changes based on the industry or the work you are doing. Consider this fact that you are going and visiting a hospital and you are there in a surgery bed. For the doctor, what is most important? What is the most important thing that you would need in the doctor?
The skill.
Skill and knowledge, right?
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
are the two most important things that the doctor should have. You would not go to a doctor who has got what kind. You do not need to know what kind of an attitude the doctor have. You do not need to know what habits he have. You just need to know that he is very skillful and he has the right amount of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But again, you go to a customer's, you go to a shop and you meet a customer service executive. What is the most biggest thing that you want in her?
The attitude.
Attitude. Helping, attitude to help others. In
Yes,
the same hospital where the doctor is doing the surgery, the receptionist, their skill is not important. There, the attitude of the reception is important. Attitude of the receptionist is important.
Yes, sir.
Then you have appointed a say gardener or somebody who is very who has to come to you every day morning at a particular time. And if you have to appoint that kind of a person, what is the most important thing in him? Say you have to appoint a peon or a maid who has to be there at your place at 7 o'clock morning every day.
Please
Or
repeat
maybe,
it.
maybe a security guard for your office who has to do night shifts. What is the most important thing for him?
So please repeat it.
Habit.
He or she is very consistent.
Habit.
Habit is most important because he has to be a very regular person, regular morning waking up person, or a regular person who can remain awake for the whole night. There the habit is more important than knowledge, attitude, or skill. So this changes from person to person. This changes from the industry to industry also.
Yes.
But this theme of cash is very important. This theme of cash for us is very important, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Moving on, I will deviate a bit. I will like you to stop from the cash thing for a while and understand what an ask is. These are all, see, management is all about models and short forms and all that, and it is easier for us to remember things this way. So we keep on using these small terms, we keep on using these small jargons. I will not call them jargons, but some acronyms which help us to remember a theory. Similarly, from cash, I'll ask you to stop thinking about cash for a while and think about something called ask. Ask is ability, skill and knowledge. If attitude, skill and knowledge. Attitude is why you are doing it. So if you are doing a particular task, it is first of all the attitude will define why will you do it. If somebody has asked you to lead the sponsorship collection team of the fest committee, first of all attitude will come into place, that it will decide whether you will do it or not. Why will do it is the attitude part of it. Then the skill part of it is, okay, if you decide that, if your attitude says that, okay, I would like to do it, then the skill will come, that how will you do it, right? Then the skill will say that how will you do it. If you are ready to lead the sponsorship collection team, then it will be how will you do it. And the knowledge would be what to do. Where all do I go to collect a sponsor? Who are the people who I can approach? Where from I can get this kind of a database? What kind of a contacts I have in my known fraternity where I can check with these things. So that's the knowledge, right? So for example, if you join as a sales person in Dabur, as a sales in charge or a senior sales in charge in Dabur India Limited, what is the attitude that you will be needing first? Any example? What attitude?
So communication skill.
That's a skill. You are calling it a skill, so that's a skill. First of all, for a salesperson, what should be the attitude like? Salesperson's attitude
Very
should
fair,
fair
fair towards
positive
their
attitude.
customers.
Salespersons might not always be very fair. If they are fair, they will not be always be able to sell things and all that. Fairness is secondary. उससे भी ज़्यादा important attitude है go getter attitude. They would not believe on a thing कि ये मुझसे नहीं होगा. He will take stretch target and he would try and achieve that. So that go getter attitude is very important in sales. He would take it as an ownership attitude कि ये मेरा काम है, मुझे ही करना है. I will not fail and say that सर मेरा boss ने मेरे साथ travel नहीं किया था. My boss has not helped me achieve this. It is very important that you have to have a winning attitude. You have to have a go-getter attitude. You will start a work to win. You will not start a work to complete it. You will start a work to win. The passion for winning attitude. So this, if this attitude is not there in a person, he will never become a successful salesman. Once this attitude is established, then comes the skill. That how would he sell? He would sell by going to a particular shop. How would it sell that? He will use a particular technique of asking the relevant questions, generating the need. After generating the need, making the right kind of a solution, and through that solution, selling the product. So there would be a lot of methods and techniques of selling. So you will be using those. And knowledge is where will you go and sell that? Where will you go and be able to sell that? Which area, which shop, what kind of a market, what kind of a consumer will need that? He cannot go and sell Chyawanprash to kids. He has to go and sell Chyawanprash to parents who are the decision makers. He cannot go sell real juice to people who are having diabetes. He has to go and sell real juice to people who are more younger age group. So he has to know his consumer base. He has to have the knowledge of the geography. He has to have the knowledge of the right kind of a area, right? So that's the knowledge. So that is how your attitude, skill, and knowledge. Why would you do it? How will you do it? And what would you do? These three things comes together and forms your ability, right? That is something very important. All these things of attitude, skills, and knowledge coming together and forming something called ability. What we normally look at is the person with the proper ability in mind. When I go to a campus, I will look into this combination, or anybody who comes to a campus for recruitment, they will look into this combination and see whether the person have the right kind of an ability. Your scores, your marks, everything is a filtering criteria. During interview, what we will try and judge is that what is your attitude, what are the skills that you have, and what is the knowledge that you have on the subject, and that will combine together to form your ability score. And based on that ability score, your hiring will happen. Among 100 of people in you, which 2 people will get chosen for a particular organization will depend upon your exhibition of this ability. how well can you exhibit this attitude, skill and knowledge to the interviewer in that 10-15 minutes. That is something which is very important. So that is why the ask is important. So you have to build in this ask in your life. You have to build in this attitude. You have to see, attitude is something you can learn skills, you can learn knowledge. Attitude is something which you have to have within. So skill can be learned and practiced, knowledge can be gained. Attitude is something which is internal. So there are two factors which is external and there is one factor which is internal. Introducing one more factor which is the H, which we are calling habit, and that will make it our CASH model. Knowledge, attitude, skills and habit. Attitude and habit becoming an internal factor, knowledge and skill becoming the external factor. It will all work together only when we have all these four balanced in yourself. You are equally dedicated to gain that knowledge. You are equally ready to practice the skills you have gained. You are equally open to have that right kind of an attitude within yourself, and you are inculcating all these things together to make it a habit. I am an habitual disciplined person. I am an habitual early riser. I am an habitual right kind of a food eater. I am an habitual learner. I am an habitual person who can listen to instructions. So moment it becomes your habit, then you have to don't do anything separately. Look at your childhood, you will realize there are certain subjects which you used to love and automatically वो आपसे अच्छा score हो जाता था, be it you study much on that or you study less. And there are subjects where you have to work hard to get a particular score. So these are your habitual talents. There are in your childhood, you look into yourself and see that everybody of us have habits, good or bad, whatever it is. Good habits, you will see that it will develop with you, it will grow with you, and it will give you benefits out of it. Identify those good habits, develop on those. Identify other good habits which a corporate person will look at. Discipline, time, being on time, ability to listen to people, ability to work with team, ability to work alone at times, ability to take ownership, ability to drive something which is beyond your capacity, ability to do 120% every day. These are the habits which you can grow. From ask, you build in your ask first, you create habits out of that and make your ask the CASH, right? Is this model, is this formula doable? Do you think this is possible for all of us? लग रहा है ये हो सकता है? कोई बहुत मुश्किल काम है ये? And you are only at the first semester of your course. You have 2 years to do this. Do you think this formula works? Ask plus H is CASH. Do you think this formula works for all of you? Yes,
Definitely, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can we get a commitment from you all that from today onwards, you would start thinking into this model, you would start thinking like this, identifying your attitudes important, identifying your skills important, identifying your knowledge important. Identify those, list them down, make it a habit to practice those, to learn those, to increase those, and change that ask into CASH. When you have that in as a habit, you do not have to do anything. You are by default the person like that. Then you do not have to hope कि मैं ऐसा होता. You are already a person who are living, who are carrying that CASH with himself. Right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Great. So listing down is important. Understanding this model is important. Let me just finish it off by one more slide. This is just to help you out in the distinguishing that होता क्या है. कभी-कभी जैसे अभी किसी ने बोला communication skill is your knowledge, or communication skill is your attitude. So you need to know the definitions. Definition क्या है knowledge का? Condition of being aware of something, facts or concept. That means that you know something. That is your knowledge. How would you know? By reading books, by talking to people, by learning from others, by reading in Google, by reading in Wikipedia, by reading articles. There are multiple ways to know. So whatever you are gaining out of your own being aware or getting the concepts or getting facts is called knowledge. Attitude is something which is a feeling, emotion, belief, values of something. Attitude is something that I believe that I can do this. I believe that this friend of mine I can trust. I believe that I have this ability to do 120% every day. I believe that I am able to score more than 80% marks in my exam. I have to believe those things first. I believe that this 2 years I'll be working so hard on my cash model that by the time in 2 years down the line, when I give interview people, I'll be making my cash my habit, making my ask my habit. So I believe in those things. So whatever you start believing internally becomes your attitude. So that is internally you have to keep on telling yourself that. Skill is the ability to perform a task or an activity measured in time and precision. So skill is basically an ability to perform the task. You have the knowledge. उस knowledge को जब use करके आप कोई काम करते हो. I know how to cook biryani, but till the time I actually cook biryani, I am not a skillful cook. Correct. I know how to bake a cake, but till the time I actually bake a cake with proper proportions, with proper timing, with proper ingredients, I'm not a good cook. So skill is applying the knowledge into action with precision and within the timeline. Right? So that way it is important. Just a 1 sec. Right? So this is it. And habit finally is the aspect of behavior that is repeatedly and consistently done without effort or conscious thought. फिर finally क्या हो जाता है? This knowledge, attitude, skills becomes habit when you repeatedly do it, consistently do it. You do it always. you do it without any conscious effort. You do it always. So those who smoke, you will realize that smoking is a habit. You would just automatically pick out a packet of cigarette and start lighting it up and start smoking. Getting rid of it is always difficult because that is a habit which you have to get rid of it. So think about, so this is a bad habit. If you have to get rid of that bad habit, you have to use your knowledge, you have to use your attitude, you have to use your skill. You have to believe that I can get rid of this. You should have the knowledge of what are the things which are going wrong if you are having cigarette. The skill is to control yourself. Right? So habits are something which you do consistently, repeatedly, without any conscious effort. Right? So these definitions are important because if you have to differentiate between knowledge, attitude, skill and habit, if you have to list down, then you have to list down under this particular heads. Take a sheet of paper, write knowledge, write down the knowledges that you need in 2 years down the line. Write attitude, write down the attitude which you would like to start believing in. Write down the skills, list down the skill sets that you believe that you are needing. Write down the habit which you would like to create. Good habits. And write down 2 or 3 bad habits also which you would like to get rid of. Unless you write it down and put it in a big poster, that will not work. One task that I would like to give you is, maybe Amitabh sir can help you out. All of you can write this down, put it as a one pager and show it to your faculty members, show it to Amitabh sir and just see that you have been doing it. And I would love to see the results. I would love to see if Amitabh sir can send them to me over mail, over WhatsApp. I would love to contribute to it and add and make changes to that. But it is very important for a young professional like you to have this thing in your mind. And last and most important part of it is how this thing changes into your corporate results. How as a corporate we look at it. I am telling you this thing till now as a person or a student. But as a corporate, how we look at it. There are 4 stages. Output is the result where you will be using your skills. Output is where finally in corporate expects a result. They would need to know what is the output that you are doing, how you are doing. They will, unless it's a very unethical way of doing it, rest they will not ask you how you are doing it. But they are looking at the output. That is where you are using your skills. To get to the right output, you should be having the right kind of a knowledge and the business skills. And 4th most important, and the base on which you will be using the skills and knowledge to get the output is in your mind. where your habit and your attitude stays. So this is where your mind is. So this is the time when you have to build the things in your mind so that during corporate days, during your job days, you can show that output by using your knowledge and skills. Because during job time, you cannot train your mind. It would be very hectic. It will be very demanding. They will not wait for you to train your mind. They would expect you that at least what you bring to them is a trained mind. बाकी सब कुछ सिखा सकते हैं. How to do an Excel, how to do an PPT, how to talk to people, how to negotiate, how to communicate, how to present, सब सिखा सकते हैं. But creating the right kind of a mind frame cannot be taught in a corporate house. Actually, it cannot be taught during your MBA also. But you have to, this is the time which you can use. This is the opportunity which you can use to train your mind for the right kind of an attitude and habits. Right? And I could not resist but bring to you another short form or acronym where I will end this. You know Kash till now. And I'm introducing another word to it. Bikash. Bikash is what? What do you mean by Bikash generally?
Name.
So name, okay. Apart from that, as a word, what does it mean?
Growth, development.
Growth,
Sir,
development.
Vikas means Chetona, Bengali.
Vikas means Chetona, development, growth. So the full form is that build in knowledge, attitude, skills, and habit. So this is the 2 years where you have to focus on your own Vikash. Build in the knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. This is something which is very important. This is something which you need to do and develop. Keep on doing that. Get into the practice and habit of doing it. Get into the practice and habit of training your mind. Get into the practice and habit of sharpening your skills and knowledge. Right? So this whole period, whole journey would be called Vikash. Build in knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. So why I use so many acronyms today, from Ask to Kash to Vikash, just because we know the journey. We know what Ask is. We add an habit to it, so it becomes Kash, and we build in that. We commit to that. We commit to this Kash, then it becomes Vikash for all of us. Right? So I'd like to stop here. This is a small message from my side. Now I'm open to questions. Anything that you guys would like to discuss, feel like. I think we have another 10-15 minutes or so. Amitabh sir, if you can just tell me how much time I have. Another 10-15 minutes is 10 minutes to 12 now. I think we have another 10 minutes. Any questions? I'm open to discussion. Anything on this topic, beyond this topic, anything you would like to understand, let me know. I'm stopping here and I'm open to your questions. Anybody, anything?
Sir, what is the difference between hard work and smart work?
What is the difference between hard work and smart work? Hard work and smart work, the difference is that you do not have that much of skill. That's why you're compensating it with hard work. You just have the knowledge but not the skill. So you're compensating it with the timing or the effort or the physical way of doing it. Smart work is the person who has the right kind of an attitude, who has the right kind of a skill, and they are able to take it up smartly. They are able to do it better. They are able to do it more skillfully. So the difference between a hard worker and a smart worker is the difference between what a knowledge and skill is.
Thank you.
Sir, can I ask?
Anybody can ask.
Yeah. Sir, if management students take an operation as any subject, major or minor, then what we should give focus? Means what type of things we should give focus if anyone want to do the management on operation? Means
see what management. I got your question. So management on operation means.
Means in the subjects of operation.
I got it. I understood. So I'm trying to tell you on that only. So management of operation would generally mean the skills that would. It's a very knowledge-based subject. So your understanding of the operational subject, operation knowledge, the statistics part of it, ops part of it, These are something which are very important, which is knowledge based. Operation jobs are like supply chain job, logistics job. Those are something which you have to understand the knowledge very well. Your knowledge part should be very strong. Another part is the skill. In operation, it is very important that you have to be very detail oriented. You have to understand and know every step of a particular process. You have to understand and know what is happening at every step. Very detail oriented and very quality oriented. An operation, if an operational job, if a process for that matter goes wrong somewhere, and if the quality falls down in between in somewhere, it will create a lot of harmful results. So ensuring that the process is strong and ensuring that your detail orientation and the quality is high, it is very important. That's a very important skills in operation management. Detail oriented and quality conscious, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Everybody else?
Sir, may I ask?
Yeah, please.
Sir, actually, what kind of job opportunity we get if I selected major subject as a finance? But what kind of major thing I have to work hard if I build up my career in finance?
See, for building a career in finance, first of all, it is very important that you have to be very good with numbers. You have to be, again, very detail oriented, very precision oriented. Your number skills. Finance is something which always deals with number. If you do not like mathematics, if you do not like statistics, then finance is not something for you. You have to love ratios. You have to understand percentages. Because finance is not accounting. If you think that you would like to join finance and be into a bank and hand over cash or be a accountant of some company, then it's something else. But there also still the numbers requirement is there. But in finance, again, detail oriented is very important. Number skills are very high, and you have to be a very introvert kind of a person. A finance guy, very outward spoken, very going out, always going outside and talking to people is not expected, because finance is the custodian of the money. Finance is the custodian of the company's numbers. It is very important that the finance person should be reserved and more cool and composed. So depending on your attitude and ability, you can choose your area. If you having those kind of a skill set, that is something where you can think of finance as a line. Opportunity wise, there are a lot of opportunity in finance, but it has to be, you have to be very good with your knowledge base. There are a lot of opportunities in finance area also. Banking sector is very booming currently. Insurance sector is very booming currently. Every company needs a finance person. But again, finance, if you take as a subject, and MBA finance has to compete with a CA. Knowledge base of finance for a CA is very high than an MBA finance guy. So that way you have to depend. If you have done your BCom earlier and now you are doing your MBA finance, both will come together to create your knowledge base. But otherwise, you will have to compete with a CA. A knowledge base of a CA versus a knowledge base of a MBA finance. 1 year you are learning finance, 1 year is your general study. So that also you have to understand whether how would you develop on your knowledge base of finance. Then only choose that as a subject.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, may I?
Yes, please. Yes, please carry on. You are not audible, Ashmita.
Sir, I'm Priya.
Oh, you're Priya. And now you're audible. Tell me.
Sir, I'm saying that I'm making my mind to take HR as my major. So I'm a bit confused that what should be good for my minor.
What should be good for your minor?
Minor specialization with HR as major.
You can take marketing as a minor. Because marketing and HR both needs a lot of communication, both needs a lot of people handling, both needs an extrovert kind of a person. So you can always take marketing as your minor along with HR.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So
Sir,
guys, you are just let me interrupt here. Subject choosing is something which you have to do over a period of time. Over a discussion, it's not something you have to learn the multiple subjects and then understand which is good for you. There is a separate session of we can talk to Amitabh sir and figure out how to pick up a particular subject. Depends a lot uh, on your as a personality. There are a lot of tests which can be conducted, which can show what kind of a subject you can take in. So over this discussion, what I'm telling you is a generalistic idea. I do not know you as a person. I do not know you as your capability or your attitude is. I have not met you. So whatever I'm telling you is not something. It's something just based out of my knowledge. I have not met you as a person. So what subject you will choose and how you would you learn, that would completely depend on the understanding of that subject and your love for that area. Subject is one thing, and then you have to work on that area also. So you have, if you are good at working on that area, then the subject matters. Because MBA is an area where you have to develop, you have to deliver on the subject you have learned. So that you have to choose very wisely. And me commenting on what should be the specialization is purely based on my understanding of the subject, not based on what you as a person are. Right. So give me that leverage and that area of scope. Right. Okay. And I cut short somebody. Please ask a question. Guys, those who are not asking a question, if you can be on mute because there is a lot of background noise.
hello, sir.
Yes.
I just want to know, like, what kind of main skills I have to have while doing marketing, like MBA in marketing. If I take marketing as my major,
Okay.
so
So
what
if you
kind
are
of,
taking
yeah, if I take marketing as my major in MBA?
communication skills, negotiation skills, ability to convince people, ability to take instruction, ability to do routine things every day, attitude wise, that go getter attitudes, passion for winning attitude, knowledge wise, geography knowledge, product knowledge, knowledge of the consumers. These are the various things which you need to be a part of a marketing fraternity.
Okay, sir. Sir, after completing MBA, what kind of jobs or opportunities will I get?
Most of the jobs and opportunities are in marketing area only. You can be a customer service person, you can be a sales person, you can be a branding person, you can be a advertisement person, you can be a content writer, you can be a digital content developer, you can be a social media marketing person. A lot of opportunities.
Mhm. So, in minor, if I take HR, then what will be the differentiation I will get in my job?
Nothing.
Okay.
Marketing is a subject by itself. So if
I
a
see.
person is in marketing, the
Huh.
whole energy of your will be derived towards getting and doing the marketing and the sales job.
Huh.
Whatever is your minor will not matter. In marketing,
Okay.
the only way that HR minor helps sometimes, because if you have to manage a team, handle a team, some HR knowledges will be helpful. But you will not start with handling a team. So immediately nothing will be no advantage as such, whatever minor you have.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Thank you.
sir, there is another question. Sir, please. Hello.
Yeah, please.
Sir, if there is a combinations of finance and operations, as per because my background is BTech, Bachelor of Technology. So I want to take finance and operation. What type of job means it is good for the future, or I will suffer some more hurdles, or I have to do more.
Finance and operation is a very good subject combination, but it is a very hard working subject combination and a lot of study has to go into it because both are very knowledge oriented subjects. You have to learn a lot of things. And coming from a BTech background, you do not have a finance base. So you have to start from the debit credits and everything.
Yes, sir.
So
Because sir, I means started to learn that from now onwards. I'm just taking.
So job opportunity wise, there are a lot of opportunities in financial operations area. If you have that kind of a combination, it will always be helpful.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
But you have to be very committed towards hard studies. This is very studious thing. You cannot think that okay, chalo halka phulka padne se kaam hoga. You have to be very studious about it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anything else? See, counseling of your subject matters and all that is something which can always be done in due course of time, because you are just in your first year. You have not started all the subjects. Understand the subjects. Maybe another 3-4 months down the line, when you have gone through your MBA classes, then you will have more clarity on the subjects. Then would be a good time when we can do counselings. So right at this moment, it is just learn this, get into this environment, get into the right kind of a mind frame, get into the skills. Job is the outcome of your learning. Don't focus on the job right now. What you should focus on, acquiring the knowledge and acquiring the right kind of a skills and building the right kind of a mindset right now. Job will automatically be an outcome of all this. What kind of a job you will get? If you are doing good, any kind of job will be a good job. So don't get into the job mindset right now. Right now, what you should worry about is studying hard, gaining the right kind of a knowledge, gaining the right kind of a skill sets, and creating that habit of practicing that knowledge and skill set. That is what should be your aim currently. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amitabh sir, anything from your side? Any concluding words?
Yes, definitely. So all the questions the students you were asking regarding the subject selection, that Devargo have rightly told that you need to study for at least for the first semester. You will be studying different subject like HR, marketing, finance, etc. So after that, you will be having a clear understanding that which is best for you. Maybe you are now taking a decision by hearing the subject only. Okay, HR can be a good thing, marketing can be good, or finance can be good. Those who are not having the background, probably you are not having that particular idea. But after attending sessions like this with Devargo and other professionals, so you'll be having an insights about the industry. Along with that, after studying the subject, you will be having an insights about the subject. Then you can take a decision that yes, this is a subject I should select as a major or a minor. So now, of course, asking questions is good, and you can develop your idea. So throughout the next 6 months, this is the learning period, learning phase. Then you should take a decision, because officially you have to take specialization after completion of your second semester. So you are actually having 1 year time to decide in between. So take that time, ask, attend this kind of sessions, attend the classes, then develop an idea, then select the best, subject for you. So that is the best idea. And thank you so much, Devargo, for this wonderful session and answering all the questions of the students, patiently. So that is really appreciable. And you have spared your time with the students. We are thankful to you. And in future also, as we have discussed, that we'll be having, more session like this with the students.
Right. And do share me a feedback of the students. Do talk to them and share me a feedback. How did they like it? What are the areas that we missed out? What all can be further more discussed? I'll definitely like to add value to that.
Sure. We'll do that.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Be safe. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.